Published 0106 EDT, the 5th of September 2017. Updated 0106 EDT, the 5th of September 2017. Kristina Schulman stormed off Bachelor in Paradise during Monday's episode after confronting Dean Unglert for disrespecting her. Dean and Kristina had been the closest couple on the show, even staying together during the 12-week shutdown in production, and slept together after a recent rose ceremony. Fan favorite Dean, 26, just hours later frolicked and kissed Danielle Lombard in the pool as heartbroken Kristina looked on. No rose. Kristina Schulman declined to offer a rose to anyone during Monday's episode of Bachelor in Paradise. Dean and Kristina had a showdown the next day, with the Russian beauty seemingly ready to end their affair, telling Dean, "I'm not going to just be there when you want to pursue other relationships and just look away for you. Post-rose ceremony we stayed the night together. And 10 hours later you're doing that," she told him. "That was so disrespectful to me. I did not deserve that. Don't ask me to be patient while you're locking legs, lips, whatever, arms, around someone else. I'm not going to be patient about that," Kristina added. However, she later dismissed it as a stupid argument, insisting she had a much stronger connection with him than DLO had, and holding out hope for a reconciliation, telling the cameras, "Honestly, I think it can work." Love triangle. Dean Unglert ended his love triangle by choosing Danielle Lombard over Kristina. Feelings hurt. Kristina was hurt when she saw Dean playing in the pool with DLO just hours after they spent the night together post-rose ceremony. Instead, it just set her up for further heartbreak, with Dean finally admitting to her, "I know what would make me happy, as sigh as it sounds, is to pursue DLO." Kristina reacted angrily, dismissing DLO as not even a woman, a girl, and even having a fight with former close friend Raven Gates when she tried to get Kristina to face the reality that it was not a committed relationship. "The truth is Dean's not that into you and he's into someone else," Raven said later to camera of the situation. "And she's just making herself and everyone around her miserable." Tough talk. Dean broke it to Kristina that he wanted to pursue DLO on the show. Truth teller, the former contestant on The Bachelorette, was honest with Kristina about his feelings. It was Wells Adams, who is working the bar rather than looking for love this season, who made her face the truth when he asked her, "Why are you fighting for someone who's not fighting for you?" He left her in tears when he called her one of the coolest, badass chicks in the world and insisted, "You don't deserve it. I know what I have to do. It's not going to be easy, but it needs to be done," Kristina finally admitted, adding, "You know what, karma's a bitch." Friendly fire. Kristina argued with Raven Gates about her breakup with Dean. Good point. Wells Adams told Kristina that she was fighting on behalf of someone who wasn't fighting for her. Getting emotional, Kristina wiped away tears as she decided on a course of action when she was called forward at the evening's rose ceremony. She announced that she was quitting the show rather than handing out her rose after her heartbreak. As Dean looked down and DLO smiled awkwardly, she told everyone, "In my next relationship I want to be valued, I want to be respected, and I want to be put first by someone who admires me for who I am and sees the value in me. So I cannot give out this rose tonight." Showing resolve, the Russian-born dental hygienist noted that karma was in play. Impassioned speech. The former orphan gave an impassioned speech about how she wants to be valued and respected in her next relationship. Rose ceremony. DLO listened as Kristina gave her speech before leaving the show. Dean walked her out, and gave her a long, sad hug, whispering "I'm sorry" and that he hates himself before putting her in a car. Earlier, he had admitted, "I love Kristina, but here I am throwing it all out the window for some stupid reason. I fully understand how much I'm going to hate myself, but I'm still letting myself be that person." Back inside, Dean seemed convinced that DLO was also going to quit because of the awkwardness of the love triangle, but instead got called forward for her rose. Self-hate. Dean walked Kristina out and said he hated himself and was sorry. Rose accepted. DLO offered Dean a rose when he got back and he accepted. He came into the rose ceremony tonight needing some definitive answers. And he accepted my rose, so I feel like now Dean and I can really explore our relationship, she explained later of her decision. "I'm happy that he chose to step up. I know that he's 100% invested in me," DLO added. In the final night leading up to the ceremony, Chris and Whitney made out with 3 different men in succession as she quickly became the hottest commodity in Playa Escondida in Vallarta Nayarit, Mexico. Next phase. The Los Angeles small business owner was looking forward to exploring her relationship with Dean in an episode where she found out to her amusement that her nickname is Scallop Fingers. Kristen seemed even more shocked to be aggressively chased by Jack Stone, Tickle Monster Jonathan, and Paradise newcomer Blakey. Each man made a strong move as they battled to be her pick for her rose, taking it in turns to kiss her in quick succession. "I'm so confused, I'm in a love square," she admitted to the camera. Love square. Christine Whitney found herself caught up in a love square. "There are a lot of fish in my sea right now. How did this happen? Jasmine Good made her decision easier by picking Tickle Monster ahead of her, cheekily telling him hopefully I can tickle your pickle, before Kristen finally gave her rose to Jack Stone, the first man she seemed to connect with. He had arguably the most fun on the episode after several of the other women also decided to kiss him to dispel the rumor started by Kristen that he was a bad kisser. Big decision. The rose ceremony drama featured Kristen considering her options. No-brainer. Kristen ultimately picked Jack Stone. Her rose pick meant that despite taking her for his first date, Blake was sent home almost as soon as he arrived. It was a fate shared by Fred Johnson. The other man who failed to get a rose after his date picked Dominique Alexis, went for Kenneth Diggy Moreland instead. "I'm sorry, that was a short stay in paradise," host Chris Harrison told them. Quick exit. Fred Johnson and Blakey were newcomers to Paradise, but didn't last long. Fred had seemed a threat to the other men, with Raven calling him beautiful and Kristen saying he was smoking hot and asking what's wrong with a little bad boy. Diggy had also seemed threatened, telling the other guys we need to get Fred the F out of here because I was comfortable being the only black dude. It was a wildly different story for Blake, however, who got so sweaty when he arrived. Dominique joked his shirt was a towel. The host Chris Harrison hosted the show filmed at a resort in Mexico. Fred didn't seem quite as sweaty as contestant Josh Murray last season, but his perspiration was noticed by everyone. He quickly bored the women by talking about his bachelorette feud with Lucas Waboom Yancey. When he asked DLO what she would say if she asked her out, she bluntly admitted it'd probably say no. And when he formally asked Kristina on his first date, she officially turned him down, blaming her confusion over her love triangle and fight with Dean. "Nice try." Blake asked Kristina out on a date, but she declined. However, she later admitted about their chat, "I had low expectations for Blake, and I think he lived up to them." Kristen seemed to only accept with great hesitation, and had a disastrous double date with him along with Fred and Dominique, admitting she wanted it to end quickly. But she seemed taken aback when he kissed her passionately before the rose ceremony, only ending when the tickle monster cued in and started kissing her himself. Popular gal. Kristen was popular and kissed 3 guys in succession. He soon faced the same medicine when Jack cut in with her kissing him, too, but with greater passion after he teased her, "You're probably the most popular girl in Paradise right now." Their kiss belied the cruel rumor she started by telling the girls that Jack was a bad kisser. They decided to test it out for themselves, with Jasmine saying, "We care about him, we want to make sure he's not a bad kisser." The guys. 2 of the contestants were sent home after Kristina declined to offer a rose. "I don't know what Kristen is talking about because Jack is a great kisser," Jasmine said after her smooch, and Danielle made out with him in the pool and agreed, "Yeah, Jack's a good kisser." Raven was also seen kissing him, joking everyone just wanted to kiss him and he had the time of his life today. "I went from hardly kissing anyone in Paradise to kissing literally everyone in Paradise," Jack smiled to camera later. The ladies were in control as they handed out the roses this episode. "I don't know why all the girls are kissing me, but Kristen has gone on a date with Blake, so who am I to get in between them and the best kisser here in Paradise?" Robbie Hayes got the episode's other date card, unsurprisingly picking mom of 2 Amanda Stanton for a night that only seemed to strengthen his growing love for her. He even admitted to her, "I think it's obvious I'm kinda falling for you. This way blows my mind. I'm having so much fun. I don't want Paradise to come to an end." Love match. Amanda Stanton and Robbie Hayes were surprisingly becoming a couple. He added later to camera, "I didn't expect this, but it's something so great and so easy and so special that it hit me like a ton of bricks. I can see a great future for Amanda and I want to continue this all the way to the end of the Paradise and all the way back home to the States. Something potentially forever could come out of this, and I'm pumped. I cannot wait." Light show. Robbie and Amanda enjoyed a date together that ended with fireworks after she handed him her rose. He added to camera, "It absolutely blows my mind that we could be the most formidable and comfortable couple in Paradise. I could see a great future between Amanda and I." Kristina was not the only person to walk off the show. Personal trainer Ben Zorn, 28, drank shots with his friends before leaving to reunite with his true love, his dog Zeus. Mother of 2 Amanda offered her rose to Robbie and he accepted, but he had no real drama, saying, "There's nobody here that I'm interested in, so it's pointless to stay. I love everyone here and I've had an absolute blast, but there is more love than I have for my dog Zeus than there is potential left here in Paradise. Start packing up the kennel because Zeus is coming home tomorrow night. I can't wait to see him again," Ben said. Going home. Ben ZWASNT feeling any romantic potential and headed home to be with his dog Zeus.